Alright, welcome to week 11, lesson 1. In the last couple of weeks we talked about arpeggios and how they fit over our pentatonic scales or our diatonic scales, however you want to look at it. And specifically in those last couple of weeks I focused on the C and G arpeggios. Remember there are 5 basic chord shapes, the caged chord shapes, and I want to focus this week on the E and A shaped. Altogether, the C, G, E, and A shape are the most important to understand as far as arpeggios. I'm not really going to deal with the D shape so much, but let's focus on the E shape and A shape arpeggios and how they fit over your scale patterns and how they come into your playing. And again, I'm not so much talking about, I'm not so much talking about sweep picking arpeggios, this kind of stuff. I'm actually not even very good at that because I don't play that Yngwie Malmsteen kind of stuff anymore. Did 20 years ago, was pretty good at it, but it's not part of my life anymore. I'm talking about the much more important understanding of where your arpeggio tones fall within your scale patterns. This is hugely important, and most guitar players avoid this, and they shouldn't. It adds a incredibly higher level of sophistication to your playing, your lead guitar playing, when you know where your chord tones are and you follow the chords through a chord progression. Alright? A lot of times when you put these arpeggio tones to use, you can imply the chord progression of the song without your rhythm section even playing at all. Your band can stop playing and your audience will still hear the chord progression if you use the chord tones properly, if you understand how to do it. Alright? So, in this lesson, I want to focus on the E shape and the A shape arpeggios. And I'm also going to talk about the major and minor shapes of each of those. The E major shape bar chord, the E minor shape bar chord, the A major shape bar chord, the A minor shape bar chord. You understand when I'm talking about the E shape, I'm talking about this is an E shape and it's just slid up the neck. I believe we talked about this early on. Also the A shape, it's really just an A chord, we bar it and slide it up the neck, right? So we've got E shape and A shape, alright? Now, if we do this, I'm going to play at the 5th fret, I'm going to be using my basic A minor pentatonic as my scale to think about, alright? Again, it's just easy to use, alright? You can think of it as pentatonic, you can think of it as the blues scale, you can think of it as the diatonic. It doesn't matter. I want you to see the arpeggio tones within those patterns. Okay? If I start with my E major chord progression, or my E major chord shape, I've got my root note, 5th, root, 3rd, 5th, root note up here. The whole arpeggio is right there laid out in front of you. I'm only missing one note that I have to reach back for, this 3rd right here. And so the way I typically would play this arpeggio would be like this. While the bar chord is sitting right there and I got my 1st finger on that note, I'm going to start with my 2nd finger so I can reach my 1st finger back for the 3rd of the chord. Alright? So, okay, you see when I get here, I've got the fingering basically of your 4-string bar chord. The first 3 strings, a lot of times I'll jump my 3rd finger to hit that note and hit the rest of the chord. Alright? Okay? Now, with those notes within my scale, right here, so I'm playing a major, I've thrown that Mixo Blues thing at you, right? You see how I'm playing riffs, but I'm incorporating those chord tones. Okay? If I want to shift over to the minor chord, that E-shaped bar chord in a minor version, again, I've got almost all the notes I need right there. I can reach up and grab that one. I need to do the same on the 6th string. I've got my minor 3rd over here. Okay, so Notice that I like to play this chord, this arpeggio. I end up laying that third finger down as a bar for these two. It's just quicker than to play it with individual fingers. I could go either way, but it's been my habit to just go ahead and lay that finger down. Okay, and so if I'm playing an E minor bar chord shape over some sort of a pentatonic scale pattern, I know where those chord tones are. All of those riffs I just played were focusing on the chord tones, all right? So, you've got your minor shape and your major shape right there in the E shape, all right?